Strange Adventures, issue number 12. We have reached the end of what I consider to be a good series. I have been an adamant fan of Tom King for a long time. Mitch Gerards and Doc Shaner are fantastic artists. This book is good. There is a lot of strong stuff in it. There's a lot of interesting parts to it. Along the way, there are some hiccups and some true-to-form Tom King mannerisms show their ugly head. And I think this is going to be a controversial finale. Mainly because it ends on a quiet note. It's not going out with a bang. It's done. Everything is done. What else can we do? Adam Strange was killed. Alanna shot him. There's nothing more we can do. So it's done. And this issue is just the follow-up to that. Which I know some people be like, well, that's anticlimactic. That doesn't have any merit. Like, this is boring and slow. What is the point of it? This book is about that. It's not about the grand sweeping epic of, space and the stars. This isn't John Carter. This is a guy who is broken by war, and he tries to do the right thing, and that means betraying the woman he loves. That is the story, and it's tragic. And there's some good stuff in this final issue. I will say it's not the strongest of the series, but it's kind of cool. So let's start, again, like with every issue, we have the things that take place in the past and the things that take place in the present. In the past, we are seeing the war is over, Rand defeated the Pict, Adam is being honored this great service, and him and Alanna are just like going around, they're just thinking about what to do next. They encounter this sand monster, and as they're fighting it, they turn it to glass, and they're like, is this going to be our lives now? We just fight random monsters of the week, and we don't have any real merit going forward, or we just no longer a mini-series and we're an ongoing? That's the feel. And you just see that Adam has this inkling. He's like, I think it's time for me to go back to Earth. I think I should stay there, and we could build a life there, but Alanna doesn't really want to go back, but she's kind of willing to do it for all that stuff. And then the events of the book end the way, Adam takes his daughter to the Pict, and they start the stuff going on there, and yada, yada, yada. All that stuff happens. We do see by the end of the book in the past, we pick up where we started in the present, or the first issue, at the book signing where Adam is signing the book that his wife wrote for. And in that scene, there's like that classic thing. It's like, what is this story about? Well, it's about a great space hero who fought in a great war and he had a beautiful woman. Very meta, Tom King. Look, I'm fine with meta. This one was a little on the nose. I'm not going to say it sucks. I'm just like, okay, you're just putting a candle on a candle, dude. Like, I get it. I know what you're trying to do here. Subtlety is not your strong suit. It's hard. I'm a guy who dabbles in writing sometimes, and when you're trying to be cheeky, it doesn't come across natural at times, so I get that not everybody can pull it off, and I'm not going to, berate Tom King for, hanging a lantern on the situation of just like, this book's about this book, and the book that Alanna wrote about Adam Strange is basically the book we're reading here. I get it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's just cheeky and fun. So in the present day, we are seeing that Michael and Alanna are headed to the Pict Kingdom, and we see that Michael's the, interpreter is the word. He's just like, okay, he's speaking the Pict. He's like, where's her daughter? Let's figure it out. The daughter's okay, but we see that Alanna wants to just beat up everybody and shoot them. She is the go in questions and then kill everybody before we get the answer. So she kills some of the Pict, literally just goes insane. Michael doesn't do anything to stop it. He's just like, yeah, this is pretty much the outcome I expected. These people are insane, so I'm just going to let them have their moment. Which, nothing wrong about that. So we find their daughter, Alea. She's like, okay, can we go now? So she hugs her mommy. She figures out, okay, this isn't my dad, this is Mr. Terrific. So gives him a hug. She's like, where's my dad? They don't answer the question for her, and they just head back on their way to, Earth or whatever. And basically, this is, I get it. I know Tom King's, a lot of his identity in terms of writing these kind of things is you are always drawn into the battle. And when you have a strong woman by your side, the battle becomes loving, but you are still drawn to that battle. This time around, it's more like, Elena's going back to battle, so her thing is like, I'm going to take Aaliyah to Earth, but I'm going back to Rand to prepare to fight the Pict again. Yeah. Okay, she's basically like, I guess I'm going to become like my husband. I'll be a woman of two worlds. And you see that Michael's like, okay, well, who's going to take care of your daughter? But it's like, oh, you are, Michael. Like, I owe you. You owe me. Like, you're just going to take care of her. No questions asked. And they set it up an interesting way. I mean, okay. It's kind of a nothing ending where it's like, okay, now Michael's going to have like this supplementary daughter that he never got to have when, you know, his wife and his unborn child died. And it's just kind of like that. He again is trying to bring up like, you're so full of shit. You know, you say you're this type of woman, but you just go against everything you say. And you are nothing more than your husband. Like, your husband was an interesting man. But he was of Earth and he was a good person. And along the way, he got lost. And you just see Alanna has like her breakdown moment, which again, it's Tom King to have the scenes of the woman be the aggressor and then be the vulnerable one. That is Tom King. So it's okay. And she tries to, you know, play the sympathy of her husband's death. Of course, we know who shot him. Not that big of a deal, but yeah, you get it. So they just head back to Earth. And then we kind of end things with just seeing Michael's taking care of Aaliyah. And they're just doing like the quiz. She's quizzing him on a couple of things there, just like, hey, what is this thing and that thing, and like the Dubois boys and all that stuff, and it's cute. And that ends the present, but the book ends with just where the book starts. Again, it all comes back full circle. Hi, I'm Adam Strange. What, can I sign a book for you? Yeah, okay. I get it. I think it's cute, I think it's fun, and overall, it is kind of just an ending. There is nothing dramatic to it. There's nothing over the top to it. It just ends, which is, I guess you could say, a metaphor for the beings involved in a war where it's like the fight's over, then you just move on, then there's nothing left, so you just have to keep fighting and keep going. And when you're torn between the two worlds, suddenly you have to be like, is this world where I need to be now? And all that stuff. Maybe I'm reading too much into that part of it because that might be not what Tom King was going for, but this book is fine. It's a solid issue. The artwork looks spectacular. Jared's and Shaner just knock it out of the park each outing. Alanna is a complicated character that I'm sure some people love her story, and I'm sure there are people who are like, this woman is full of crap. We do not buy her. We do not care for her. I think the strongest character, or the character who comes out the most intact through this book, is Mr. Terrific, just because you are seeing how he is smart, how he is capable, and how he is willing to, fair play. He's willing to take care of this daughter of, Adam and Alanna because that's what's fair and that's what's going on in this. Like, he needed that connection. She needed him to do that. Okay. That is kind of a compelling place to end things. Is it a lot? It's okay. But overall, it's not a terrible ending for a pretty good book that had some very, very high moments, but also some very mediocre moments. I don't think this is continuity because we wouldn't kill Adam Strange, or we will. Who knows? He's not a character people love, so maybe we will kill him. I don't know, but this is just a good ending that just shows you, yep, the war never ends, or the war ends. It's up to you to decide. Very that, Mr. Miracle ending, where it's like Darkseid is, but he isn't, but we are too. Yep, thanks, man. Does it ruin the book? No, but the ending, I'm sure will have people thinking and concerned about. I don't know. It's a fascinating way to end the book. But it's a good ending, and it works for this story. I'm fine with the slow burn finale if we got a lot of great stuff in the middle, and we did. So, I can't complain about what this book did. I could only like what we got. And what we got was a pretty good Tom King run. And now I'm super excited to get into Human Target, because that looks like it's going to be really fun. So, Strange Adventures issue number 12. I am going to give an 8 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.